NBC News World Headquarters in New York. This is NBC Nightly News with Lester Holt.
In these challenging economic times, veterans returning from Iraq and Afghanistan face another battle on the home front, finding a job. Their unemployment rate is much higher than civilians, but a new program is trying to change that. Helmets to Hardhats is turning soldiers into builders. Here's NBC's Michelle Kosinski.
They generally don't tell you unless you ask. But many of the young men and women who are building America have stories to tell. James Rutledge from Indiana was one of the Marines who toppled that statue of Saddam Hussein. Michael Lewis in Seattle nearly lost his life twice to IEDs, earned a Purple Heart. But coming home last year, he felt lost, no job, and struggling with post-traumatic stress.
That was a new battle for me to face.
It wasn't until he found Helmets to Hardhats, a program that matches veterans with careers in the building trades, that Michael began to build a life outside of war.
He is a totally different person right now. He's extremely happy every day that he goes to work. It's just another exciting day for him to learn something new.
Training, good pay, a future.
Are those memories in your head every day?
Oh, yeah.
Brad Costalunga in Chicago was able to get past the shock of suddenly being out of battle.
It's like putting your car in reverse when you're going like 85 miles per hour, you know?
When Helmets to Hardhats put him at the top of a long waiting list for a pipe fitter apprenticeship, a perfect fit for him. Last year, more than 20,000 veterans applied for the program, nearly 2,000 of whom found jobs.
Congratulations, guys.
But with federal funding, it is growing, and unions are eager to welcome these vets with leadership skills and discipline beyond their years.
Who else do you want building your bridges and your infrastructure? They've protected us, they've served this country, and now when they come home, they can build America.
On my honor as a man.
In the worst economy in decades, 2 brand new Boilermakers are finding that their service does mean something.
This is a career. This is not just a job.
A new brotherhood.
They don't yell as much here, that's for sure.
I absolutely love it. This is one of the best jobs I've ever had.
And they are grateful for much more than a handshake and a welcome home. Michelle Kosinski, NBC News, Chicago.
It was difficult at first. I went through a lot of difficult phases, especially after leaving the military, when you're supposed to be a regular civilian again, but at the same time, you're struggling with the fact that which side of you do you want to keep? What part of the military do you want to keep? What part of the military do you get not get rid of, but kind of start turning into another direction? So I kind of struggled with all of that.
Did you want to get on this game?
I was extremely frustrated. I knew that I was a good worker. I was a productive person in the workforce, and it was frustrating that I couldn't get in to talk to people. If it wasn't for Helmets to Hardhats, I would still definitely be struggling. I feel like I can pass it on by proving that we're less of a gamble to hire one of us than it is just to reach out and hire somebody right off the street. You're going to get somebody that shows up every day. You're going to get somebody who's on time. You're going to get somebody who gives 110%. You're not going to get somebody who's just going to show up and push a shovel around. They're going to want to know what's going on.
Do you still feel like a soldier?
Yeah, part of me does. I still keep my hair cut the same. Still keep it short, on the sides. Yeah, you'll never lose that. Once a Marine, always a Marine. That's our slogan. It'll always be a part of me.
Having a job that is so hands-on and establishes a career for you long-term, has that given you sort of like a new vision of your life in the future? That isn't so like day-to-day intensity as the military was.
Yeah, because I could do 1,000 different jobs in this field. Whether it be here actually putting a pipe up or in the office going over prints or anything, so it's a world of opportunity. You bypass everything. There's a waiting list, a long waiting list to get in this local. I bypassed all the testing process, all the interviews. like I said, I can't express enough. It's a good opportunity for veterans, you know, that served their country to come back and be able to get a good career.